Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have a full face of drugstore makeup on my mature skin that I'd like to share with you. So some of the products I'm going to be using in today's video is going to be this 1111 ColourPop palette. I had never used a ColourPop palette before, so it's going to be my first impressions of this beautiful palette. I'm going to be using this Maybelline Superstay, which I have heard amazing things about. And I'm going to be using this Maybelline Superstay Teddy tint in the color Mauve. I have it on right now, as well as some other goodies that I have here that are all drugstore. So if that interests you, continue watching. So for my mature skin, I always add an extra layer of hydration on my skin, and I use the Roche-Posay, the Poreless Double Repair Face Moisturizer. I just actually added this to my skin just a few minutes ago, so it's setting in. So next I'm going to go in and I'm going to use this e.l.f. Poreless Putty Liquid Primer. This, if you don't know, is a dupe for the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, which is probably like 60 bucks. This is literally 10 bucks, and I can't tell the difference. So you can see it's very liquid. The original one, the original Poreless Putty had more, it was more of a paste that you had to stick your fingers into. This is just a little bit more liquidy, and it goes in and does the exact same thing. So what it's going to do is it's going to blur any of your pores and fill in any of those fine lines and wrinkles. Next, I'm going to be using an eye base. I'm going to be using this one here from P. Louise. And I'm going to go in and I'm just going to dab that in across my entire lid. You can see it has like a pink tint to it. So it's going to brighten that eye too. I'm going to bring it in here where I have some darkness on the inside of my eye here and here. And that's just going to kind of brighten that up too. And I'm just pressing that in. Next, I'm going to take this Milani Soft Focus. And this is a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, if you didn't know that. And I'm going to go in, I'm just going to squeeze a small amount out. Just a little bit. I don't need that much. So I'm going to take like that much. And I'm going to, it's going to look like that in my hands. And I'm just going to kind of go and dab that in across my high points, where I want to add a little extra glow to the skin. Okay, yeah, and this comes with this packaging. I've had this, it lasts forever. And it has like this pump here that you just pump out a bit from onto the top of your hands and then place it wherever you need it. So this ColourPop palette that I just purchased is 1111. And it is, I've never purchased anything from ColourPop, so this is new for me to try to use. So this is highly pigmented and it's beginner friendly. I'm going to show you what it looks like on the inside. This is like a cardboard packaging here. And you open up, you get this like plastic cover over the top. And these are the shades. You get 12 shades in here. Okay, and I'm going to use, for today's video, I'm going to use, what am I going to use? I'm going to use this one here, Lucky Babe. I'm going to use Right Path. And then I'm going to use this balanced one up here, which is like a pink shimmer on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Wayne Gosh brush and I'm going to go right into Lucky Babe right here. And I'm going to swirl my brush around in there. You can see there's a little bit of kick off with it. And then I'm just going to dab off any excess. And I'm just going to go in and I'm going to go and do that whole crease here with that. And just kind of bring it around. Bring it up. I'm gonna go in there a little again, and I like this color though. And bring it up in here. And drag it across a little bit. So it's very buildable, you can see that. And I've never used anything from ColourPop before, so I am pleasantly surprised with this. I'm gonna do the other side. It is important to tap off any of that excess though. I'm gonna go in over here. And I'm just kind of going back and forth right in that crease. Kind of making swirly motions in there. So, very natural looking. I can go in later and kind of blend that out a little bit more. Okay, next I'm going to go in and I'm going to take this color here, Right Path, right here. So you can see all these pretty colors in here. It's all very neutral, but you have like this deep purpley color too here that's pretty. I would love to see these two together. That's pretty. Okay, so, but for the sake of today's video, we're just gonna use these three colors. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna take this brush here. This is another Wayne Goss brush, okay? And it's a blending brush. And I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna swirl my brush around in there and tap off any excess. And I'm gonna go right here in the corner. And this is just gonna be a very classic, sophisticated eye. It's not gonna be anything too over the top. And I'm just going in and I'm staying in here. I'm making like a V in here, right? I'm not going too far over. I'm just kind of darkening up the corner of my eye there. And sometimes I just stay right here in this corner and just kind of make little tiny swirly motions here. Okay, next I'm gonna go and I'm going to take this one here. This is the color Balanced, and it is this pink color up here in the corner, right here. And I'm gonna take, I just got this brush too. This is from Morphe. It is they say it's a dual-ended brush, and it's for concealer and for blending your eyeshadows. But I'm gonna use it, oh, I guess I could use, I'm gonna actually use this end here and put on that shimmer. So I'm gonna go, and I'm actually gonna take some of this setting spray from e.l.f. that I have, and I'm gonna just kind of spray the end of that brush very lightly and go in there and just tap right into that shimmer color, which is right here. Okay, I'm just gonna go right there, tap in there. And we're gonna go right across here. And just put some shimmer on there. Oh, it's got a nice shimmer, doesn't it? And what that setting spray does is it just kind of activates the shimmer a little bit more and just makes it more intense. So yeah, most of the time I use Fix Plus from MAC, but I can use any setting spray. I'm gonna go in over here and I'm just gonna tap that right here. I'm not bringing it up too high. I have mature eyes. I'm not looking to accentuate any of that texture on my eyes. I'm just looking to open and brighten my eyes. And we're gonna go right here. Take a clean brush, and I'm just gonna go in and I'm just gonna kind of swirl this around a little bit and kind of blend everything together. There's nothing on this brush, and it'll just kind of marry everything together. So you can see it's a very subtle eye. It's not too heavy, not too hard. Okay, next I have this jewel-ended brush from Morphe. It's in color Friend and Foe, which there's two sides to it, right? Two ends to it, looks like this. One end is like a matte type color, and the other end has a little bit of shimmer to it. It's a tad bit lighter. So depending on what you need for your eye, they're very, very creamy and very blendable. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that darker color and go up and do my waterline with this, okay? I'm gonna go right up in here and go right in that lash line and just kind of darken that up a little bit. Wow, that really comes off nicely, right? Okay, as you can see how that makes the eye pop there. I'm gonna go over here. Just go right across this. And this literally glides on very nicely. Then I'm gonna take the other end, which is a little bit lighter, and I'm gonna go right on top and just kind of go across here like this. Okay, and then I'm gonna go over here and do the same thing, and I'm not being too strategic with it because I'm gonna smudge it out and just add a little bit more depth to it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the other end of that brush, that Morphe brush, and I'm gonna go in there and just kind of smudge that slightly there. Let's see how this works. This is the first time I'm using these pencils, so I don't really know. Yeah, but that smudges out very nicely, and I wanna make sure there's no gap between my lid and my lash line. So I really want to kind of make sure it blended right into that lash line there. And I'm going to ever so slightly pull it up and out, just to kind of give it a little bit of lift there. Okay, I'm going to go do the same thing on the other eye. So yeah, so you have like a blue and a pink. Okay, next I'm going to go and I'm going to take, and this will all kind of come together. I'm going to take this brow pencil here from NYX. It's like a precision brow pencil. I'm going to go in and fill in my eyebrows. See how nicely that goes on, that pencil? And this is in a light brown color. You can see I have a patchy brow, very patchy over here. I like to make like hair-like strokes on the corner, and then I just go in with the brush and just kind of soften it up a little bit. So it looks like that. Okay, next, and this is the one thing I am super excited about, is this Super Stay 24-hour skin tint from Maybelline, which I have heard so many great things about. It's 24 hours. It's a tint. It's from medium to full coverage, but yet it looks very light on the skin. I've heard, like I said, I've heard so many great things about it, so I'm dying to try this. I have not used it, so I'm gonna shake it up. I don't even know how it comes out of here. I think it's a dropper. It is. Is it a dropper? No, it's... Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some on here on my skin and just kind of drop that in there. So it looks like that. I don't want to tip it over. And then I'm just going to take my foundation brush. I'm going to take my jumbo base brush from Sonia G right here. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to swirl all the way around my brush and get it completely coated. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start blending it out here. I'm going to pick it here and bring it down and see how it looks. Oh, I think the color match is pretty good. And this is a matte finish, but yet it can be used on mature, like dry skin. So there you go, that's the finish. Okay, I'm gonna go in and do the other side. I'm loving the finish on it. And it is the Maybelline 24-hour skin tint in the color 220. So I think I could have gone with a shade lighter. So, and that's the tricky thing about drugstore makeup, is there's no samples for you to use there. So you have to pretty much kind of like gauge on what you've used in the past before. But I love the finish, I really do. Okay, that's a win. Okay, next I'm gonna take this Maybelline, this eraser, right? And I'm gonna go in and I'm going to, and I love this. If you've never tried this, definitely try it. I'm gonna go in and I'm going to just tap underneath my eyes here. All around there. I'm going to take my jumbo concealer brush and I'm going to go in and just tap that out. Bring that color up there. If you need a concealer that does not crease, this is really a wonderful concealer for the price. I'm going to take this Milani blush, this one here. I'll open it up for you. It's called Berry Amore. Okay, it's a baked blush, which also, any baked items look really good on mature skin too. And I'm going to take this blush brush, and I'm going to take this blush brush and just go in there and kind of dab that in there. Keep dabbing that in there. I'm going to go in over here and just dab. Okay. And then what I'm gonna do is just to kind of soften up those edges, I'm just gonna take that foundation brush and I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna dab around the edges of that so it doesn't look as harsh. You see the difference between this side and this side by just taking that. I'm not putting any more foundation on this brush. I'm just going around and just dabbing around the outside edges there to kind of blend it in. The key to really good makeup is really about just blending. Well, I'm gonna take this bronzer here. This is a bronzer from Wet n Wild. It's called bronzer. So I'm gonna go in. It has a little bit of shimmer in it. That's funny. Called bronzer. Okay, so it looks like this. It's not too orangey, right? I'm gonna take this brush here. I'm gonna go in, and I'm just gonna I'm not contouring anything like that. I'm just gonna go in, and I'm going to bronze up a little bit. And that will kind of just blend everything together, so it doesn't, again, like, you see the difference between this side and this side? I feel like there's so many, it's like, there's like paint by numbers over here. So I want to like kind of do more of like a watercolor, if that makes sense. I just really want to blend it more in. So I'm just gonna go and just make circles like this, and just to kind of warm it up a little bit. Next, I'm gonna spray myself with this e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. I'm gonna go in, and I'm just gonna do a complete spray. When you, like, sometimes I see people doing short sprays. You don't want to do that. You want to kind of go down and give complete sprays on the face, so it's even and you're not getting like spit on your face. So I'm gonna go in, and I'm gonna take this Milani mascara. It's anti-gravity. It's a waterproof mascara. And I'm gonna show you I like the brush on this. You can see how it has like a bevel in there. And I like the way this grips lashes. So I'm gonna go in, and I'm going to coat those lashes. It's not clumpy at all. It just really does a really great job of just coating the lashes without it coming out too heavy or too wet. I have this Maybelline Superstay Teddy Tint. Okay, it's in the color 55, called Knee High, and it's a long wearing lip color. Okay, it looks like so. I'm gonna put it on here. So it's a very mauve-y type color. And I'm gonna go in, I'm not gonna use a lip pencil, I'm just gonna go in and put this on. I'm gonna take this lip pencil, this is not Drugstore, and I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna outline my lips a little bit just to blend it in a little bit more. I'm slightly overlining it, but not by much. Take this clean brush, and I'm just gonna go around and I'm going to buff this out completely so it looks, again, more seamless. You're not gonna remove your makeup, but you're going to soften it up a lot. So guys, this is the finished look. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you've used any of these products, your thoughts on them. And if you gained any value from this video, please consider subscribing and giving this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video.